work sucks, man. It sucks so bad. It sucks that people have to do it. Comics, we're kind of lucky and kind of sad at the same time, because like most of us, we don't have jobs. We just like wake up and sit down and wait for darkness. Finally, I can go outside and tell jokes. And half time we come, we do shows, and a lot of the comics bomb, and then they go home. And then you guys go home and you go to bed and you're like, I supported live arts, and you see. And those comics that bomb, they kill themselves, all right? and then the thing is that nobody knows who they are, so nobody cares. You know what I'm saying? And that's all the comics' goal is just to get good enough so when they do kill themselves, people will know. It's pretty sad, You guys are trying to get a raise and shit, or like, just hope somebody knows, I hope they find me. It's fucking. I hate work, I haven't had a real job in a long time. My last job, I just spent 90% of the time just faking shits. All right, I would just hang out in the fucking washroom stall and just sit there and just fucking. I don't know. I was playing a lot of fucking games on my phone. Angry Birds was big at that time. You could kill a lot of time faking shits, and I would never get caught. All right, cause I would always bring an extra pair of shoes to work. Okay, and I would put them on before I shit. And people would be like, who's that with green shoes? And then they look around the office and they can't find anyone with green shoes, all right? I was like the Batman of taking shits. You never find me and me shitting together in the same room. It was amazing. And I remember one time I heard my boss asking, like, there's someone who's always in the washroom, has green shoes. And I was like, you know what? Just put me on the case. You know what I mean? Let me find out who it is, all right? And they did, and I never ever figured it out. I used to come to work with a Good Life bag, and everyone would be like, yo, Nitish, you working out? And I'm like, yeah. But really, it's just my shit shoes and a sandwich, Like, I bought these shoes with the purpose to shit, you know what I'm saying? Like, I walked in the Foot Locker, and I was like, what's a good shoe for sitting, It's the lime green New Balances. I would recommend. Some people work so hard for shit in their life and they don't get what they want, and that's so sad. Like, you ever walked into a Subway and you're like, okay, the owner's mom and his siblings are working here, all right? But then you ever walk into a Mr. Sub and you're like, this guy lives with the tomatoes, you know what I mean? Like, for sure, What happened in your life, that you ended up here? I went to the Subway one time. Here's the thing. I like Mr. Sub, all right? It's weird. Sometimes I feel like having a straight, big, rectangular piece of cheese. You know what I'm saying? So I went to a Mr. Sub, and I fucked up by having a conversation with the guy, all right? And you should never do that, all right? He asked me what I do. I told him I'm a comedian. And this guy went, "Tch." This guy, my dreamed, okay? He just dismissed it, all right? And then his next words were, I used to be a tap dancer, all right? That's what he said to me, okay? First of all, you just compared tap dancing to comedy, all right? And secondly, you think my career was going in the same trajectory as your tap dancing career, all right? You piece of shit. What happened, all right? Like, were you on the brink? You know what I mean? Were you like Canada's next top tap dancer, Like, just one more showcase and you'll never have to work again, But you went in to get a sub before, and then you fucking tripped in the bathroom. You never left. You know what I mean? What the fuck happened? It's just so sad, all right? Some people work so hard for things that they don't get what they want, and that sucks. That's why I feel like nobody should have to work hard for anything, all right? If you want something, you just got to beat the shit out of the guy that has that job now, all right? And if you can kick his ass, you got the job, bro. Like, it'll be fucked up for like 2 weeks, all right? While everyone applies for a job, you know what I'm saying? But once everyone figures out what they want to do, shit will go back to normal, all right? And we'd only hear about this once in a while. Like on CNN, the CEO of Nestle just got his ass kicked by Brandon. Brandon runs Nestle now. Yeah, we all fucking start making memes and shit, like, everything's back to normal. And I was like, finally, somebody beat up The Rock, because he's held that position for too long, all right? It's fucking big dude. And I know, like, it's fucked up. People are like, that's not that's not realistic. But I thought about it. There's one community in the world right now where that happens and it works perfectly, and that's prison. All right. In prison, if you kill somebody, you are that person now. All right. And that fascinates me so much. All right. I'm obsessed with prison documentaries. I don't know if you guys noticed this, but during February, Netflix was pumping out prison documentaries. It's for Black History Month. I don't know if you guys noticed that. But it was fucked up. Because if you watch them, they're all about white people's experiences in prison, all right? They were like, we don't want it to be too dark, you know what I mean? Like, let's make it kind of fun, you know? And they did. They fucking made prison look so fun. Like, honestly, it just looks like a bunch of guys in camp, you know? They're like, all right, guys, outside time now, you know? And then everybody goes outside, and they're like, all right, guys, inside time now, you know? Everybody comes inside, and they're like, all right, some of you guys can do arts and crafts, some of you guys watch TV, you know? And then everyone does their thing, and they're like, all right, guys, lights out. And then everyone's like, aww. You know? It just seems so much like camp to me, you know? Like, besides the rape and murder, you know what I'm saying? It seems like a really good time, you know? And the thing was, I never got to go to camp as a kid, you know? But I feel like I could still go to prison. It's just something that I don't think Tim Hortons can provide, you know? Unless I rob that Tim Hortons and ask them to press charges. And I'm going to camp, guys. It's going to be a good time, you know? I really like prison. There's it's so fascinating. Like, my favorite thing about prison is that the blacks hang with the blacks and the whites hang with the whites, and that's absolutely not a race thing. It's just I'm very OCD. I don't like my peas and my mashed potatoes touching. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you guys can be friends. It just looks better when you stand apart. You know, has absolutely nothing to do with race. It's all aesthetics. You know, like, you ever got a brand new car and turn on the windshield wipers and they're so smooth they don't make a sound? You're like, it feels good in my heart. You know what I'm saying? That's what happens when I see cultures staying together, you know? It's like, you guys could be friends, it just looks nicer, you know? And I had a friend ask me, he's like, yo, as a brown guy, he was a black comic from LA, he's like, what's your take as a brown guy, as an Indian guy, what's your take on this whole Black Lives Matter versus, you know, the people that don't think Black Lives Matter, you know? And I was like, it's very, as an Indian person, it's very different, all right? I have a very weird perspective, because people are very good to Indian people now. We don't really experience racism too much. Like, once in a while you'll see an Indian person and be like, hort, 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 or something, you know what I mean? like that's the worst thing that happens, because all you motherfuckers eat butter chicken, you know? Right, what is this delicious orange goop? You know? Starting to like these guys. It's very weird, you know? People just accept us, you know? They don't, like, I think the biggest prejudice that an Indian person, if you're an Indian person in Canada, the biggest prejudice you get is that no matter where you go in this country, you get accused of being from Brampton, all right? and that's bullshit, all right? But other than that, we got it pretty good, you know? People don't, I feel like Indian people are just like that. We're like that nosy neighbor, you know? Like, looking over the fence, you know? And then we just see black people and white people fighting, you know? And it's like, guys, just stop. It's late. And you do realize nobody's life matters, right? And that's not a political stance, just it's like a Hindu thing, you know? Just trying to spread the word of God, you know? So everybody just shut up, all right? That's